Okay, good. So good morning to all of you. So today we'll start this part. This is VLSI design style, design quality, packaging, and CAD technology. Actually, this part is in your fourth module. Okay, but actually this is a continuation of the first chapter. So I think first I will cover this, then we'll go for the second chapter, that is fabrication. Because without knowing this, if we'll go to that fabrication, it's little bit confusing. Okay, so that's why I think if we cover, then we'll go for that. Okay. So today in this class we'll discuss this VLSI design styles. Then what are the design styles generally preferred in VLSI design? Then design quality is also one of the important measure. Then package technology. So after fabrication, how packaging will be done? Then what are the different packages? Okay, what are the different pin counts? Okay, so these things we'll discuss. Then CAD technology, the most important part is the computer aided design technology. So this thing we'll discuss here. It's mostly theoretical part, but you need to understand these things. So most of the things it will you don't know, but still you can understand. If you have any problem at that time, just stop me and ask. Okay, is it okay for you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the outline. Any problem? Okay, any problem? So am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, okay, good. So these are the outlines. So we'll go one by one. This is VLSI design styles, design quality, package technology, and computer-aided technology, design technology. Okay. So in VLSI design style, generally there are few design styles are there. So initially we have studied that design methods. Okay, whether it's a semi-custom or full custom. Okay, and within that design window, how we'll complete our design. These things are we have studied in design methodology or design method. But the VLSI design style is somewhat different. Means what type of design styles are available, and how we'll go for that. Okay, so there are several design styles. That is one thing is FPGA. Okay, field programming gate array. That is one so measure style. Mostly in industry, these things are people are doing that FPGA design styles. And the ASIC. ASIC is the application specific integrated circuit. Okay, so these two are the main design styles. Okay, then whatever the styles, the important thing is the functionality, then time of execution, and the cost. This is the important. So it maybe it will take some more time or some less time or in the performance speed. So that means it will be different for different design style. But the important thing you have to keep in mind that the functionality should be perfect, and it will it should be low cost, and it should be complete within the time. So this is the important things. So these are the different village design styles. Once I said that field programming gate array, FPGA design style, and the standard cell based design and full custom design. So both standard cell based design and full custom designs comes under the ASIC. Okay, because it's application specific integrated circuit, and the field programming gate array, this is generally called FPGA design. Okay. So each design style has its own merit and demerits. Okay, so we'll discuss that. So this is the FPGA based design. So in FPGA based design, generally is a generic type of chip. Okay, so generic type means every gates, interconnects, input, outputs, RAM, everything is present in a single chip. Okay, so according to our requirement, according to our functionality, what we will do, we'll program that chip. Okay, we'll program that interconnects, we will program through that RAM, we will do the connections, all the vertical and horizontal wires are there, we'll connect, and you, according to our means requirement, we will give the inputs, outputs. So finally, according to our requirements, okay, so we will program the chip and finally we will get the product. Okay, so it's more mainly for a prototype, means first version of design. The input is nothing but the means that HDL or Verilog codes. Okay, then once you will give that, so it will, according to that codes, it will do the that get level net list, then routing, placement, everything will do. Finally you will download the codes. Okay, so that will be finally your design. So here the thing is, it is faster because you will not go through that manual process every place and route, means like a standard 7 or and a full custom design. So everything is there, so only thing you have to program. Okay, finally you will get a chip. Means you will go for the, if the first version, that prototype version is okay, then you will go for the fabrication. Okay, so this is faster, and this contains input output array of configurable logics, all the logic gates, whether it's a combinational, sequential, and then multiplier, everything inside this means FPGA. Okay, so according to our requirement, we will program that, we will connect whichever gate is required, we will connect that. It is through program. And programmable interconnect structures, all the vertical and horizontal wires are there. Okay, so it will connect to the designated blocks or gates through the that wires, and we will give the commands to this input and output, and that thing will store in the RAM. Okay, that RAM output will be connected to the gate through this interconnect wire. Okay, so this is the way people have designed the use the FPGA. Okay, so next thing is the FPGA and ASIC. What is the difference between FPGA and ASIC? Okay, so here FPGA is the first of all, FPGA is faster, means faster to time to market. So though no layout, mass generation and manufacturing steps needs. Okay, so it is everything is present. We will do the only programming. So all the hardwares, everything is present in a chip. So it's a generic. So everything is, so that's why no need to do layout, to then mass generation or manufacturing everything. So that's why it's very fast. Within a week or within less than a week, you can get a means a prototype version of the chip. Okay, but in contrary, ASIC needs longer design time to take care of all manufacturing steps, because in ASIC you have to write from starting from RTL code, then you will synthesize that, you will get the net level and get level net list, then you will placement and floor planning, placement and routing of these standard cells. Then you will do the lot of verifications. After that you will send for fabrication, and then after fabrication you will use that chip. So this is a time consuming process. So first of all, this is faster in FPGA case, and it is a time consuming. So next is the field programmability, means design changes can be observed in even a field and FPGA. Application for different applications we can program. Okay, but here in ASIC we can't program, means it's just means continuous process of things. Once you will manufacture, after that if the chip will not work or you will get a single bug, so again you have to done from the scratch. Again you have to write the codes, then get level net list, then verification, placement, routing, then fabrication. So this is completely gone. So we have to spend another 1 year or 2 year time, get the chip. So that's why this is the difference. Okay, next thing is in FPGA case, it will, though all the components are there, all the generic components are there, so it is the size is more, lots of power consumption is there, and less performance. Okay, less performance, speed is less, and design and low clock speed also. But here though, according to our requirement, only those components are required, we will put that. Okay, those interconnects are required, we will put that. So it's very specific. Okay, according to the application, it's very specific. So that's why limited components are there, limited routing, limited input output, everything. So that's why it is the the performance will be more. Okay, it can be higher speed, low power consumption. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
चल के लगता है
Pause recording. Stop recording.
So started. Recording started.
Okay.
Start video.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. So, I have covered all this slide, or before
sir,
that.
you have
we are in the third point, sir.
Okay, third point. So in FPGA case, is the size is more, and then more power consumptions also there. Though all the components, means all the gates, interconnects, all the RAMs, and then interconnect switching matrices, and lot of input outputs are there. So its size is more and more power consumption also, and less speed. Okay, but here in the ASIC side, though it says application specific, so limited components are there, limited interconnects, plus interconnects length also is less, and less switching matrices are there, less input outputs. That's why its speed is high and less size. It's high performance. And the next thing is in the FPGA side, it is good for
What is clock speed, sir?
Clock speed means the speed of that means, suppose you are using any function. Okay, suppose there are any sequential logics or any means clock related synchronization circuits. For that, the clocks in FPGA case, the clocks will be less, because the interconnect parasitics are there, and the longer length delays are there. Okay, and the sizes are bulky. That's why speed is less. Clock speed frequency. Okay, any suppose clocking, suppose any sequential cell is there, so you have to give the clock signal. Okay, suppose you are giving the input and you want to get output. So at a particular clock, you will trigger that, then you will get output. Yes,
Yes,
or
sir.
no?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's the clock speed. Okay, for every sequential logics, and for any synchronization circuit, clock is required.
Means certain
that-
frequency. Means certain frequency we should give that to the.
Yes, one clock, because every digital circuits have a clock signal. Okay, for synchronization, for any sequential circuits, clock is there. So that clock speed is less in FPGA, because it's generic. Lot of interconnects are there, due to lot of delay are there, parasitics are there. So definitely the clock speed will be decreased. But here in the ASIC case, so as much component required, we will put that. So that's why here everything is optimized. So that's why the speed is more, than size less power consumption. So every good thing will get in ASIC. But the problem is it will take more time. And okay, so good is good for prototyping, means means fast version. So it is good, because you will check here. If you will feel good, means it's okay, then we will go for the hardware fabrication. But here means a large volume of production cost per unit is. But here you have decided, means I want this chip for this application, so you have to go for that. and you have to take all the precautions, everything, and we will go for fabrication. So that's why this is a large volume of production in this case, and finally the cost per unit chip, okay, is less here, but here the cost is very high, because even a single FPGA will means used in lot of application domain. So that's why its cost is very high.
Sir,
Yes.
sir,
Tell
one
me.
doubt, sir.
Yes.
This FPGA, what we are using like Xilinx software, so these are user programmable. So, sir, when we are writing the program after that, I have written one and some other people have written one. So, how we will have the universality, like if we are using as it is a user programmable thing?
No, at a time, means you have a suppose you have a Xilinx or Altera FPGA you have. So if you know the functionality, so this is my circuit, this should be the function. So according to that, you will write your code, means HDL or Verilog code. Okay, you will dump that code, and according to that code, the gate will be selected, the wires will be selected, and then the RAM and the input output, everything will be selected. It will give the functions. So what your question means, at a time or number of people want to
No,
use
sir,
the.
I was saying like one AND and one inverter. I have represented an AND and an inverter, but someone
Okay.
have represented it like NAND. So how there will be universality, because we are doing a different doing it in a different way. They are doing it in a different way.
Huh, because every gate, suppose whether it's a AND or invert NAND, so all it's a gate array, means all gates are, all components are available. So what component you will use, according to that program will set that components and interconnects. But other one will use what components, according to that the wires and components will be selected. So that is no, because everything is present there. So all the gates, all the interconnects, vertical interconnects are there, all the switching matrices are there. So any place, any component you can access or you can program. Okay, so only thing is you will give your functional code, okay, HDL code. So the after that the FPGA will do that. It's not your work. Okay, everything, only thing is you will give your that HDL code. Okay, so different type of code you can write. The for a single circuit, different way you can write. Okay, so whatever the way you will write, in that way the FPGA will do the will connect the components and do the give the
Sir,
functions. Yes.
Sir, after writing the code, the FPGA will do everything like placement and routing, all the things. So
Yes.
if I am having a different way of representation, so the area and the delay factor which I am having, that has to be different because the netlist is different for both of them.
That part also FPGA can optimize. Okay, that placement routing, that FPGA also optimize that part. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you got the answer, or means what is actually, because see, in FPGA every component is present, and the connectivity also present. Means once you will give the codes, FPGA will do their work. Means all the placement, routing, optimization, everything you can do. The FPGA can do. Okay, that thing in ASIC also same thing will happen, but it is means will give the, then synthesis tool will be used, then placement route tool is used, then it will take time, but it is without any time, means very less time you can do. Only thing you will give the code. Okay,
Yes, sir.
or any doubt? Are you
Sir,
clear, or?
I was having a doubt like in ASIC, we are having synthesis and every tools, and they are just back annotating after every step. and that's why we are getting a very high, very precise level of result. But here we are doing it in gate level, so that was my doubt how we are.
No, here also precise result will get. But thing is, though it's a generic type, means lots of components are available. Okay, but in ASIC, the norm means whatever we want, means how much of component we require, that much of component is present. But here it's means multiple times of components are here, whether you will use that or not. So that's why the performance, means the overall speed decreases. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that is the difference. Otherwise, means in ASIC same thing you can do, but that specific component you will use. But in FPGA, same component will used, but other than other components are there, but it will not used. But due to that, the connectivity and other areas are there, so interconnects are there. That's why it will be a less speed circuit. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
And,
both will have the GUI mode.
GUI. Actually, I have not done work in the FPGA, but you can source that. FPGA is just in my masters. I was using that Xilinx board. Okay, in that we have given some some codes. Then it will finally give the functions. So that thing you will source that. Okay. I don't have much idea about that FPGA part, okay, because I have not worked on that. Though I am completely analog, so we are working on that's custom part. Okay. So this is the general difference. You can means go deep in this FPGA thing. Okay. And at least you know the ASIC part, means the standard cell based or full custom design.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that FPGA also you can. These are the things. But what you are saying, that GUI mode. So that part I don't know. So you can check, or I'll check and let you know. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, what is GUI mode?
GUI, that graphical user interface, means it will you will see, means all these things in your system, means that suppose any design or layout, all these things. Okay. But so there is a command mode or GUI mode. Okay. So next thing is the ASIC design. Okay, ASIC means application specific integrated circuit. Here two things are there. This is standard cell based design. Another is this is full custom. Another is full custom design. Okay. So in standard cell based design means all the throughout that chip. So it's a digital chip. So throughout that chip, everywhere standard cell are connected. Means after you're writing the codes, so it will convert that, it will synthesize from that HDL codes to get level netlist. Means all the gates you will get, means that AND gate, NOT gate, NOR gate, become combination or sequential gates. Then the placement and routing tool will put that gates, means the layout of that gates is not the standard cell. Okay, is the standard cell means is the layout of the, suppose the inverter. Okay, the standards layout of the standard cell, layout of the inverter is nothing but a standard cell. It is present in a library, standard cell library. So like inverter, all other cells like a NAND gate, NOR gate, all combinational cells, sequential cells are there in a library. Okay, the tool, place and route tool will invoke and place in your chip area. Okay, so that is standard cell based design. So all standard cells have same height. So that Rachita, Punnadeep and Satabdi already gone through these things. Okay. And it is also characterized. Characterized means means what is the delay, what is the means propagation delay or rise time, fall time, everything is characterized, and all the results are stored in a standard cell library. When the digital tool work, it uses that things, okay, the timing information in a leaf format, dot leaf format, all the timing informations are there, okay. For a standard cell, that physical view plus the timing information. Timing information means suppose input to output delay, that is propagation delay, okay, and then the rise delay, fall delay, and the power consumption, leakage, everything it is written in a format. It's a .lib file. Generally, we said that it's a .lib file. So Liberty format. So all are stored in that standard cell library. Okay, the tool will read that and optimize and place and route all these standard cells. Okay, so once I'll just cover this is a normal way, but in later we will discuss more in standard cells. Okay, because it's completely, it will take also 1 or 2 hour class only about the standard cell. And each cell is characterized according to the several different categories, that is delay time versus that load capacitance and input transitions. Every cell means every NAND cell or NOR cell or inverter, every cell it's characterized. Characterized means it's a delay time versus that output load capacitance and input transition. Suppose you will give a signal at the input, the signal has a rise transition or fall transition, it's less or more, that will directly affect the your delay of the standard cell or gate. Okay. Also the output capacitance means load capacitance also affects, because it's capacitance when you will charge means either it will charge to 1 or 0 means it's VDD, or it will discharge to 0. So though capacitance value different, then it will affect also your rising or falling or propagation delay. Okay. And circuit simulation models, timing simulation models. Okay, circuit simulation models, all the device level models. Okay, in the transistor level models, that what you are using vSync for, or the models. Timing simulation, that STA part, timing simulations models, and fault simulation model, the output functionality, it is correct, not false, fault simulation models. So everything is there in the library. Plus cell data from patient route, so that physical information. Okay, so what is the standard cell dimension, and what is the pin positions? Okay, all the informations are there in the, and mask data also. Mask data means for a standard cell library, suppose it's an inverter, so a lot of masks are used, means layers, whether it's a diffusion layer, oxide layer, or poly layer, or metal layer. So every mask data is available there. So according to that, the tool will use that information and place and route the standard cell. Okay. So this is just I have shown previously to Prachada Satyadaya and Punade. So this is you can see it's a top-down approach. From the top left one, this is a chip. Okay, inside a chip, you can see different blocks are there. Digital blocks are there, analog blocks are there, RF blocks are there. Okay. So generally we are using standard cell for digital blocks. Okay. So in the next picture is completely digital, one part of that chip. Okay. In the next picture, third picture, so that digital chips are nothing but the array of standard cells. Okay. So all the standard cells connected side by side in a row. And the in between that some OR connections are there, means one array to second array, or second array to third array if you want to connect. So wirings are there, the horizontal lines or vertical lines are there. So through that we will interconnect that arrays. And the down that fourth picture is nothing but one array. So one standard cell array is nothing but it's a two row of standard cells. Okay, in this way we can make a standard cell array. Okay, and the next picture is a single standard cell. So from this array of standard cells, so we'll pick one standard cell. Okay, in the leftmost it's a standard cell view. Suppose it's inverter. Inverter means two transistors. Okay, get are connected, and the source of PMOS connected to VDD and source of NMOS connected to ground and the output. So you can see different layers. That red one is the Pauli layer, the green one is the active layer, diffusion layers. Okay, and the top one is that NOL, bottom one POL. So different layers are the contacts are also there. Okay, metals also there. The top one VDD and bottom one ground. So this is the standard cell based design. Okay, so to do standard cell based design, you have to follow these things. Okay, so I think are you getting this thing other than Pracheta and Satabdi Punadeep?
Yes, sir.
Mohammed, you are getting
No, sir.
nothing?
So little bit I have understood about single standard cell array and this one.
Yes.
But anvil and all I have not understood.
Okay, that thing is difficult because see in fabrication once we will complete this thing, we will go for fabrication. I'll cover all these things in detail. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So just remember these things are there. The standard cell, the height is always constant. So this is looking like this. So different layers are there. Okay, for a standard cell, for every transistor. Okay, different fabrication. If you go to fabrication, then you will know. Okay, but that chip part, you know that all the blocks inside a chip.
So which chips, sir?
The first one is nothing but a chip. Chip means digital chip. Inside your mobile or everywhere you can get chip. It's a square chip. CHI chip.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Got the chip? You know chip. You have seen chip or not?
Yeah, sir. In that in all that mobile electronic.
Yes. On electronics. Even if you have seen in your lab chip, you have seen the chip.
Yes, sir.
Yes, inside the chip, different blocks are there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Suppose for example a multiplier, or a means PLL, or a ADC. These are the blocks. Okay, inside the chip, these are the things. Okay, but for digital we use the standard cells. Okay, the red one, this is digital.
Yes, sir.
So again the digital divided into arrays of standard cells. Okay. So in this way, just how the standard cell based design are there. Just understand this roughly. Otherwise, okay. So next thing is the full custom design. So in full custom design, so everything will do the manual. So entire mask design, means everything, every layers and whether it's a poly layer, oxide layer, or metal layer, everything you will draw the manually, and you will not get any means any ready-made cells in the library like in standard cell. So all the ready-made cells in the library, so you can use that, you can make a circuit. But here, so you have to do everything, no library is there. Okay. So in full custom, the geometry means the dimensions, then orientations, and the placement of that every transistor is done by individual by the designers. Okay, so it's purely manual. That's why productivity is less in custom design, custom layout. Because so if you do everything in manual, hardly in a day for designer you can you can do at least means not more than 10 transistors. Okay, for suppose for a op-amp, you know the op-amp circuit. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Simple op-amp
Yes,
circuit.
sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
that for a op-amp circuit, it contains, for a single one stage op-amp, it contains 5 transistors. Okay, only 5 transistors. That 2 load transistor, 2 input pair, and 1 means biasing transistors. 5 transistors, but it will take at least 2 to 3 days. Means that means 30 hours or 40 hours time to complete all this, because that is full custom design. Okay, so that's why we say the productivity is low. Means it will take a lot of time. So that is the full custom design. And development cost is so high because for complete this process, to complete a chip design, lot of manpower is required, a lot of time is required. Okay, and some though it's a full custom, some intelligent guys is also required. So highly paid manpower is required. That's why it's a huge cost. And in digital CMOS, full custom design rarely used due to the high labor cost. Yes, in digital, that's why full custom is rarely used. Rarely means particularly in the memory design, so full custom is used. But otherwise, all other cases, standard cell based design is there. So because memory design full custom is required, because once you will optimize one cell, it will replicate. Okay. So for a SRAM design, suppose 4 KB SRAM. So you'll use 1K into 32, suppose 1K row and 32 column. For that, means 2 to the power 15. Okay, 2 to the power 15 number of cells are required. Okay, same cells. So once you will optimize one cell, then you will replicate. So that's why custom design is required in memory. Okay, whether it's SRAM or DRAM. Okay, so got the point or not till now? Why full custom is time consuming, huge cost, and productivity is low? So at least you got the point or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes or no? Others? So be interactive. Actually, I'll if will not ask anything here, then okay. So next part is up to what 36. So up to 11:40 will continue, or after that your class is there, na?
Yes, sir. Our class is.
So we
Okay.
have class.
Okay. Just quickly, I am going through this thing. Actually, this is very simple. Once you will go this slide and you will read the book, then it will be very easy for you. It's very theoretical cheese, but just so design quality depends on a lot of things. One is testability, then yield and manufacturability, reliability, and technology upgradability.
Nothing is
So
visible.
testability means nothing is visible.
Sorry, sir, it's visible. Sometimes the screen is
Okay,
becoming
okay.
green.
Oh, I don't know why that is sometimes. Yes. So that testability is nothing but you have to pass all the functionality for the test chip. Okay. So means the chip should be properly tested and the functionality will be okay. So that is testability part. For that you have to generate a good test vectors, means different types of combinations of outputs, and good test fixtures are required also, and good test equipments and everything is required. And design for testability, sometimes you have to put some means test structures inside the chip. That's called design for test, DFT. So after the chip fabrication, easily you can test. So this is the testability part. Next thing is yield and manufacturing. So yield is nothing but after the chip fabrication, suppose you have fabricated 1,000 chips, but after fabrication, how much chip is working? Suppose 600 chip is working. The yield is 600 by 1,000. So this is the 0.6. Okay, yield is 0.6. So this is the one part. Okay. Then yield is nothing but two types: functional yields and parametric yields. Functional yields means, so you will check the functional things. We will check the short circuit or open circuit or the functional any fault with less speed. Okay, only you will check the functionality. Parametric means with a required speed, you will check the timing, all the timings, whether it's okay or not. Next thing is reliability. All the design and process means related things, means the designer should carefully design this chip, whether means after that we will get will rely on the chip. So these things are ESD, means ESD, electric discharge, then electromigration, oxide breakdown, power and ground bouncing, on-chip noise, and crosstalk. This is actually important, though time is not there, so I can explain later. Okay, so these things are reliability. Next thing is technology upgradability. So every 2 years, you will go for a second technology. Within that time, you have to do all these things. So sometimes all the design rules will be changed for lower technology. Will check in the whole design that year. So that's why. So for design upgradability, you have to also follow the. You have to use the advanced CAD tools to do your chip within less time. Okay. Next, package technology. In package technology, after fabrication, you will do the package. Okay, this is nothing package. So here the middle part is nothing but a chip, and it will connect through the wires. The outer part is the package leads. Okay, and this is how the packaging is done. So this is the your wafer. All the chips are there. So inside that is a single DIP chip, dual in package, or dual in pin. Both sides pins are there. So this is the chip inside the. So next important package concerns. So during the package, you have to think these things: thermal conductivity, thermal expansion coefficient, pin density, also how much pin you will use. Then parasitics related to pins. Okay, alpha particle protection. Okay. So next thing is types of package. So through hole, pin through hole, and surface mount. Two types of packages are there. Okay. So it means inside the PC holes are there. You will put your chip or any component. But here surface mount means there is no hole. Directly you will put the chip. So below you can see the examples. The register part is the through hole, and the surface mount registers also in the SMD components. Okay. The other thing is plastic and ceramic packages are there, and evolution package, how dual in then printed chip carrier, quad flat, QFN, QFP, ball grid array. All these packages are there in VLSI. So these are the packages. Okay. So you can go through that. Then computer technology. So this is the most important thing. So for your design, you will use the CAD tool. Otherwise, you can't do your design. So these are the different tools that synthesis tools are there. Then layout tools are there. Simulation tools are there. Verification, design rules, and checking tools are there. So you will all the tools to complete our design. So this is all about today's class. Okay, so you task for you. So these terms you now these terms, just go through from any book or net anything, just search these things: FPGA, standard cell, full custom packaging, all these tools, then you will know a lot of things. Okay, so now it's time 11:42. So this is very theoretical thing. So once you will go through this, you can understand everything. I'm sure. So if you have any doubt from this PPT or from this, or if you go through the book, anything, so you can ask the question. Okay. So everything is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just I've given the overview of these things because it was in your module 4, but it is in chapter 1. So now you can go through this. If you are feeling any, you are getting any doubt, then just ask. Okay. So next, tomorrow we'll go for that second chapter, that is fabrication steps. Okay. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just go through these things and read more from the books or nets. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thanks.